Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss Awaken again, aka Jasmine for the kids. It's Auntie Jazz here. Everybody know Jazz love the kids. Now the content I'm going to cover right now, if it resonates or relates to you in any way, please like, subscribe, share, follow, or even just share this with a friend if it does not resonate with you. But even if it doesn't, please stay tuned. You're still welcome to join the tribe. I may touch on your home. Yeah, it might have your name on it. So what I want to be able to cover right now, it's about a particular Bible verse that really spoke to my spirit. It's a little bit unorthodox, but just walk with me for a sec. Just walk with me. We're going to go over Matthew 7, verse 2. And this, for some reason, spoke to me in the form of relationships, even though this is Jesus' teachings about judging, okay? However we judge is how we judge. And sometimes how we judge is even by the measures of how we find our lovers. So, without any further ado, we're going to get started. Y'all ready? Let's go. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. What really spoke to me about this is, first we're going to break it down on the first part of the scripture. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. Now, there is a such thing as a king looking for a queen, but they stumble on a concubine. You understand? And there's a such thing as a queen looking for a king, but they stumble on a court jester. See, it's very easy to get the things that are easy, but it's very hard to get the things that are hard. We understand that. However, when you obtain those hard things that's hard to get, you put in the work to get it, so it's a lot more rewarding, and you're going to take better care of it. You're going to be a little bit more intentional with upkeeping it because it's long lasting, right? So, for with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. So if you're searching with the judgment of easy, you're going to get easy, right? If you're searching for something that's hard to get, you're going to get those things that are hard. It's just going to take more time because it's hard to get the things that are hard. When you're searching for something easy, that easy thing is not only looked at easy for you, but you also look easy because they're easy. You could be a king stumbling on a concubine trying to find your queen, right? But because you got something easy, you don't have a queen, even though you may call her that to throw her a bone. Give her the credit that she may not even be due. But you still want to call her your queen because maybe you want to marry her, but you're unequally yoked, and we want to allow that to be the elephant in the room. That's not right to her, right? There are a lot of times that people like to string other people along because they just want the things that are easy to get, and that's why they got that easy thing. Let's say you're a man that easily obtained a woman, or you're a woman that easily obtained a man, usually for carnal reasons, right? Let's say you decide y'all want to get married. Now, how they carry themselves is a direct reflection of you, even if you might have more higher moral standards because you chose them, you see. So you get judged by what you chose, right? And what you chose was off of the measure of your judgment, right? And because sometimes we want to be kings looking for a queen, we think it's hard, so we settle for a concubine. We're a queen looking for a king, but it's hard, so we settle for a court jester. What we don't understand is when we obtain the things that are easy, it's easy to get, but it's not easy to maintain. Because that thing that was easy to get was not meant to be kept, okay? The things that are easy to have are never good for a long time. They're only good for a good time, you see. The things that are hard to get are good for a long time. They are not good for a good time. And this is why we run into a lot of issues when it comes to relationships, finding our lover, or even just finding someone that's friends with benefits, something to just have fun with. Whatever our desires are, this is why it can be very hard to keep the same person to fulfill our desires, or fulfill our needs, or fulfill our wants, because we're searching in all the wrong places. We don't pay attention to the indicators of the people that gravitate to us, okay? And I'm not going to lie to you, If you are a king listening, if you are a queen listening, and you happen to run into these concubines and you run into these court gestures and you're settling for a court gesture or a concubine, not only did you get that person off of your judgment, off of something that was easy, even though you thought it might have been hard, what you don't understand is once you obtain it, you then get judged at that same measure because of who you chose, or as the woman, whatever you allowed to choose you. Instead of keeping your moral standards here, you allowed yourself to drop it down to here and allow whoever to choose you, choose you. You're just a self-proclaimed queen now with a court gesture because they thought of you as easy. So now you have to demote yourself to a concubine. You see what I'm saying? Because a court gesture don't deserve to be with a queen. They deserve to be with a concubine. Now, if you were indeed in the fullness of your queen status, you wouldn't even give that court gesture your time. If you was truly in your king status, you wouldn't give that concubine your time. But since that's the person you gave your time to, you see, you get judged by what you chose. The measure in which you use to choose that thing. You understand where I'm going with this. So as I go further into the second verse, and with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. The same thing about the whole judgment thing. The measure, okay? When it comes to the matters of the heart, the capacity of the mind, and how they're supposed to be connected, sometimes they're disconnected. Because I said this once before, that men logicalize how they choose their women by feeling with their brains. And women logicalize who they allow choose them by wrapping their brains around their hearts. They think with their hearts. Women think with their hearts. Men feel with their brains. What does that mean? That means a man is quicker to think of something so he can feel something. A woman is quicker to feel something so she can think something. Even though you might have approached her, asked her, can you sit there? That seat is empty. You're very beautiful. Is anybody with you? And she's extremely polite, just enjoying the conversation, totally taking the bait and just being totally polite, just don't want to be rude, whatever the case is. The only reason why she's doing that is because she felt something that made her think something. So that how that go is, oh, he's nice. She thinks that first, but what she felt made her think that, you see. See, a man sees what he wants and think about that thing he wants. Now he's trying to see something that's going to make him feel that thing so he can fulfill what he already put in his mind that he wanted because of what he saw. You understand? A man is very visual. You can't be feeling about what you're thinking until you saw it. You had to experience it. You had to utilize your senses to make you think and then feel. That's how men operate. Now, women, since we're emotional people, see a lot of women, this is not set in stone because a lot of women like to think like men because we're in the middle of the battle of the sexes. I get that. It's not set in stone. But majority of women, especially virtuous women, good God-feeling women, we're quick to feel before we think. The reason why is because when you're in our heart, you can easily go back out if you don't fit. Because it's not connecting to the brain. It's like something is not connecting here. So I have no reason to take it any further from here. That just means you need to be out my heart. Just go on away, right? But once you get into our hearts or make us feel something, even if you're not in our hearts, you make us feel something that make us think something. And then when we think of something, sometimes it's hard to get that hard thought off of our minds because we try to filter our thoughts from our emotions. That's why it's so hard for us to describe how we're feeling. Sometimes it's not about the fact that the man is not taking out the trash. It's about us not being heard. So yeah, we're going to complain about the toothpaste. We're going to complain about the toilet. We're going to complain about the trash. We're going to complain about the game. We're going to complain about the mopping of the floor that you were supposed to do a month ago. We'll complain about anything, okay? Because we don't really know how to explain how we're feeling. We feel, then we think. And that's why our thoughts become so emotional, because we're emotional to a fault. But men are also very logical to a fault, because everything they think, they want to feel it. Us women, everything we feel, we want to think it. Does that make sense? So I just want to be able to kind of share that level of wisdom with you. Just be smart out there. Be discerning out there. Be knowledgeable out there. Be intentional out there. And be very, very unwavering out there when it comes to your moral standards. Being a king looking for a queen, don't settle for that concubine. If you're a queen looking for a king, do not settle for that court gesture. For Matthew 7:2 says, now, for with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. Are we understanding? If you don't, please ask me to part to you, and I'll be sure to do so. If there was anything that you didn't understand about this content, please email me at a.w.a.y.k.i.n.4@gmail.com, or you can just message me. All right? My name is Miss Awaken once again. And if anybody forgets the acronym, it's Ancestry, Worth, Acclimate, Yield. Kinship, I love you and never judging. And as I always say, I hope that blesses you as much as pondering all of those things blesses me. I love every single one of you. God bless you and God keep you.